Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show. I'm going to do a news video. We're just going to get through all the other stuff, NBA, NASCAR, wrestling, before I get to the NFL news, because really the injury update, shit. Let's get into it with the NBA. So, Pelicans coach Willie Green, he's predicting a breakout year for Zion Williamson. It's been in the league for a long-ass time. What do you mean breakout year? He can be a damn superstar. He just needs to fucking stay healthy. That's the main thing. If he can stay healthy, he can be a damn superstar, but he can't fucking stay healthy. He's always hurt. Stephen A. He says there's too many people who have never played the game acting like they know it all. King Von said, stop gun violence. Unfortunately, on too many occasions, cats that didn't play, and they want to act like they know it all on their own, when it's impossible. I will never disrespect an athlete by acting like I know what people who actually did it know. I don't know more. I know what I know. I can come at you from a scribe, from a pundit, from a commentator's perspective, but I never disrespect. Always make sure you know. I don't know what you know. You know, this is kind of funny, considering, he trashed Kwame Brown. I mean, Kwame Brown was trash, but still. But he says there are too many people who have never played the game like they know it all. That's like Jeffrey Epstein saying, I hate pedophiles. When he was one. Come on, man. DeJounte Murray sent $600 to a random fan to start his lawn mowing business. Tyler Hero, he sends a message to the league. I'm going to tear the league back down once I get off this weak-ass bed. Guess he had surgery or something. Tyler Hero, he will undergo a procedure in his foot, is expected to miss time, so he had to go under a procedure for his foot. Curry, Butler, Draymond all want Jonathan Kuminga back on the Warriors and believe he can help them compete, per Brett Siegel. Does Curry actually want him to play? Yeah, what's Kuminga going to do to this team? He ain't going to help us beat no damn contender. Come on, man. Bill Simmons says the Clippers signing Kawhi was worse than the Mavericks trading Luka, and it's the most dangerous transaction in NBA history due to the loss of draft picks, losing SGA, and the aspiration scandal. Giannis decided to be the bigger man, and he squashes beef with Alperen Sengun. He asked around for his phone number to call him and clear the air, feeling the beef had gone too far. So the expected timeline for Heat's Tyler Hero after ankle foot surgery is 8 weeks, sources said. He suffered an ankle injury in the offseason, which led to the decision for the surgery. Dennis Smith Jr. agrees on a deal to reunite with the Mavericks, competing in training camp. It's a 1-year deal to return to Dallas, and that's really all the NBA. So let's talk about some of that good old wrestling here. So tonight we had WrestlePalooza. And some stuff there. The Undertaker announced Stephanie McMahon for the 2026 Hall of Fame. So she's the first inductee. So the champion versus champion thing at Crown Jewel is coming back. Michael Cole announced that Crown Jewel championship matches will take place at Crown Jewel in Australia next month. I just think it's kind of stupid, but whatever, man. I mean, we don't really need this. I'm not really too big of a fan of it. Honestly, but whatever. So, Triple H officially announces Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins for the Crown Jewel Championship at Crown Jewel next month. Another Seth and Cody match. I love Cody and Seth, but dude, we've seen this match already like 4 fucking times. Do we need to see this again? They've wrestled like 3 times already. And it's for a championship nobody will give a fuck about. Fuck this shit. The Division defeated the Usos at WrestlePalooza night. Brock Lesnar defeated Cena. Stephanie Vaquer is the champion, which was a very good match. If you want to watch my review, see what I thought about that shit, you'll go watch that. And AJ and CM Punk defeated Becky and Seth. And the main event, Cody retained the championship. So that's what happened on WrestlePalooza tonight. Tony Khan. AEW announces Tony Khan has an important announcement this upcoming Wednesday. Oh man, an announcement by Tony Khan. He's got an announcement. WWE unveiled their new signature intro. It should have been Greed. Money. Should have been their new intro. Beth Phoenix. Copeland has arrived at AEW All Out today. Nice. Another ex-WWE wrestler. So let's move on here. NASCAR real quick. The schedule for tomorrow. 1:30 on USA, the pre-race for Loudon. 2:05 on USA Cup Green Flag. 71, 15, 116. Stage length's going to be 8 sets of tires. 85, 95 laps of fuel. 60 degrees. 0% chance of rain. Kurt Busch will get the command to start engines for the Cup race Sunday at New Hampshire. That's cool. And Joey Logano won the pole for the Cup race tomorrow at, I guess today at New Hampshire. Corey Heim won the truck race, so the points now reset. Roval, Dagan, Martinsville. Heim plus 69. Riggs plus 22. Hemmert plus 1. Majeski plus 0. Anchor minus 0. Enfinger minus 3. Carruth minus 5. And Honeycutt minus 7. In Cup Tech today, Ware car failed twice and passed him the third time. His team engineer was ejected for the weekend. He loses pit selection for the race tomorrow, or today, technically. Oh no, anyways. So, Legacy has settled its lawsuit against Rick Ware. Legacy will obtain a charter from Rick Ware Racing. News release wasn't specific on which team would field that chartered car in 2026, but Legacy folks indicated last month that it was getting late to try to be a 3-car team in 2026. So, RFK will release a charter next year from Rick Ware, as has been planned all along. So, luckily, we got at least one lawsuit out of the way. And Rick Ware will continue to race as number 51 as a chartered entry in 2026. So there's that. At least we got one lawsuit out of the way now. For now. Trevor Bayne will drive the number 24 for Sam Hunt Racing at the second Las Vegas race, October 11th. Bob Hearing in the 23 front row NASCAR case on various motions, including the 23 front row motion for summary judgment on the NASCAR counterclaim is set for Tuesday, October 21st. NASCAR response will due October 3rd, and team's reply due October 10th. So yeah, that's all the news there. As for that, let's move on to the NFL for the updates. I thought this was kind of funny. Michael Parsons was talking about Joe Flacco. Kind of like the name, the Hunter. I haven't had Joe Flacco yet. I need him. I want him. It's time to go get him. Pause? I need him? What? What? Come on, Micah. What the hell? That is sauce, Micah. That is sauce. Or sus, however the fuck you say it. Rumors. Momentum to ban the tush push. It's as high as it's ever been per diem Rossini. It sure seems like this will get banned in the offseason when it gets voted on again. It's getting very sloppy and officials can't officiate it. They have to make sure no one is in the neutral zone and that no one moves for the ball. There are just a lot of missed calls on the play, an anonymous NFL head coach. Jalen Hurts will be working at Walmart this offseason. I don't know, dude. Like, the thing is, I'm fine with it. Like, I'm fine with it, but I don't know. There's just so many false starts, and they miss it. It's just they miss it. They just miss so much. I know it's hard to see that in live play, but man, Jalen Hurts might actually have to actually play football instead of just falling forward for like 2 yards. So, star receiver Emeka Egbuka is expected to play this week against the Jets per Tom Pelissero. So, Ryan Clark says Ashton Jeanty hasn't had the it factor, and that the Raiders may have had the wrong pick. It's been 2 games, dude, and they've hardly ran the ball with him. Relax, dude. It's 2 games. Per report, the vibes in the Vikings locker room ain't quote, not great. Per Andrew Kramer. This is a team that is desperate. Vibes are not great. That's at least kind of what I've been sensing around the team. What? Just making up shit here, man. It's week 3 and they're 1-1. Who comes up with this crap? Maybe the Vikings won't be as good as they were last year, but it's week 3. Come on, dude. Oh, it's probably one of those fucking clickbait articles. Let's move on here to get to Schefter with our injury updates here. And what you got for us, Shefty? So, help is on the way Sunday for the Vikings. 3 players that are listed as questionable. Christian Darrisaw with a knee injury, Harrison Smith with an illness, and defensive end Andrew Van Ginkel concussion. They are expected to play versus the Bengals per sources, so some help for the Vikings. Even though Buccaneers receiver Chris Godwin and offensive tackle Tristan Wirfs both were ruled out for Sunday's game against the Jets, both players have a strong chance to make their season debuts next Sunday at home versus the Eagles per sources. Both of them are expected to start practice reps this week with the starters, and if all goes well, there are no setbacks. They're expected to play next Sunday. Chris Godwin fantasy owners, rise. Yes, because I have Chris Godwin on my fantasy team. Excuse me. Seahawks, they've added receiver Jackson Smith and Jigba to their injury report as questionable for Sunday's game versus the Saints due to an illness, so we'll see if he plays. The Rams have added outside linebacker Nick Hampton to their injury report as questionable for Sunday's game at Philadelphia due to an illness. Dude, does everybody have an illness? What the hell's going on? Everyone's sick. Schefter, there are no assurances that the tush-push issue will be brought up for conversation or a vote by the NFL this offseason. League sources told ESPN, so we'll see what goes on with that. The Patriots have elevated defensive back Kobe Minor and linebacker Mark Robinson from their practice squad to the active roster. 40 hours of play, Spencer Benford from injured reserve. The FA QB Andrew Martinez Mike Turner from the practice squad. The NFL, they find Eagles running back Saquon Barkley $46,371 for lowering his helmet during last Sunday's game versus those Chiefs. The Bears have placed cornerback Jalen Johnson and offensive lineman Kieran Amigaji on injured reserve. The Vikings have elected Cam Akers and Henry Bird to the active roster. Titans have placed nose tackle Devondre Sweat on injured reserve. Cowboys, they've added cornerback Trayvon Diggs to the injury report. Due to a knee injury, he's questionable for Sunday's game versus the Bears. Of course he's hurt. Always hurt. A boost for the Bears. DeAndre Swift was questionable with a hamstring injury. He's expected to play. Oh man, what a boost for the Chicago Bears. They get DeAndre Swift back. Isaiah Likely's been ruled out for Monday night's game versus the Lions. The Broncos are placing Dre Greenlaw on injured reserve due to his quad injury. He will now miss at least 4 more games. The Packers officially placed Jaden Reed on IR. The Patriots, they've downgraded Christian Gonzalez to out for Sunday's game against the Steelers. So another game of no Christian Gonzalez. Steelers have placed Max Sherp on injured reserve. They've elevated Trey Sermon to the active roster. Obviously, Mika Egbuka is going to play, and the Jets have downgraded Tony Adams to out for Sunday's game at Tampa. The Colts, they removed the questionable attack from tight end Tyler Warren, who's now good to go for Sunday's game against Tennessee. Javarius Ward, Colts corner, has cleared the concussion protocol. He will also play. Xavier Worthy is not expected to play Sunday night versus the Giants. He's been ruled out after not traveling with the team. So, yeah, he won't be playing. Giants standout left tackle Andrew Thomas, who has yet to play this season after recovering from a Les Frank injury, is planning to make his debut on Sunday. So Andrew Thomas, they'll be cautious and he'll work up pregame to be sure, but the plan is for him to play. Braden Fisk, who's questionable with an oblique injury, will play today against the Eagles. CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens were each fined. I think like $14,000. Jalen Johnson, Bears are placing their star corner on injured reserve because of a groin injury. He's out indefinitely. Matabuke won't play Monday. They're still looking at some of the symptoms and deciding course of action, but Matabuke will probably be out. Tucker Kraft is expected to play Sunday versus the Browns. Browns kicker, who had a little scare on his calf, Andre Smites, is expected to play, I think. But yeah, that's all to say for this video, ladies and gentlemen. So, leave a like, subscribe for more. Until next time, peace. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.